Hi, guys. I just wanted to share something that's been on my mind and on my heart for a while now. What I want to say is that I'm sorry. I'm not pretending to be the spokesperson for all women. I mean, really, I can only speak for myself. But as a woman, I just want to say sorry and I want to apologize to men for some of the really harmful messaging that's circulating that's so prevalent right now. I want to apologize. I want to say sorry to men for essentially telling you that you're not needed, that you're replaceable, for sending you the message that you're redundant, you're not important in a sense. I want to apologize even for that term, like toxic masculinity. Honestly, like what is that? I honestly had to Google that because I'm like, what does that even mean? Right? Like this made up term, what does that even mean? And the truth is, anybody can be toxic, right? And we've all experienced this. Any person can be toxic. It's so unfair to make that association with masculinity. When I read some of the definitions, it sounded like a very particular set of beliefs that were potentially toxic. But because the term exists, what happens is people will just, like the way that I did, will hear the term and then because not really understanding like what exactly does that mean, the indirect message that's communicated is that masculinity is toxic when that's totally not true. That's an accusation. That's unfair. That's a lie. There's so much harmful messaging out there that is geared towards men. And as a woman, it breaks my heart. And so, for what it's worth, like as a woman, I'm so sorry that this messaging is coming at you, is flying at you. And it's like if you disagree or you try to defend yourself, then it's seen as toxic or it's seen as somehow harmful that you're trying to defend yourself from the accusation. Honestly, that's gaslighting, right? Anyway, I'm so sorry, guys, that you're the target of all this. And I'm really sorry also, again, that this message coming at you that you're not necessary, you're not important, you're replaceable. Like women, we don't need men. When I listen to some of these interviews or these shows where people are interviewed on the street, they ask usually these really young, kind of adolescent, college age women, do you need a man or do you need men? And these women are quick to say no. And I just have to believe they have no idea what they're talking about. That it's just kind of like this emotional response, almost like clickbait, like just saying something because it's going to get a response. Anyway, I guess it's not fair for me to speak for them. But I just want to say as a woman that is just flat out not true. And that men, we 100% need you and want you, that you're not replaceable. That just doesn't make any sense. That's just not logical. Not only is it harmful, it's not logical. And I also just want to say that I appreciate men, and I really do appreciate all the men in my life. And I actually really like the fact that for the most part, I get a different perspective from guys and that they think differently than me. I don't want a bunch of replicas of me. Like anybody who wants that, I think is totally narcissistic. Like why would I want just everyone to be like me? That's stupid. And so I really appreciate the difference in thought process, in perspective, in opinion. There are a lot of things that we agree on, but there are also a lot of things that we don't agree on, or we just have a different angle of approaching something. And I really appreciate that. That adds color, that adds value, that adds interest. It helps to expand my own thinking and my own perspectives. Anyway, all that to say, in summary, that guys, I'm so sorry and I apologize as a woman from the bottom of my heart for just all the harmful messaging that's coming at you. The messaging is toxic. You are not toxic and you are not replaceable. You are 100% necessary. You're needed and you're wanted. Your life has inherent significance and value, not just because of what you can do, but just because you exist. You have inherent dignity and value. And I'm also sorry, and I apologize that this phrase, this term toxic masculinity is so prevalent and thrown around so casually as if all masculinity were toxic. When again, anybody can be toxic. That's not something that's reserved for men. Anybody can be toxic. I'm just one person, but I believe there are other people out there. I'm sure there are other people out there that really want to bridge the division. It seems to be like this growing division between the sexes, which I think that probably is a fault of social media and again, like clickbait and just, saying things for a response, for the clicks, for the views. If there really is an increasing division and misunderstanding between men and women, I really hope to be part of the solution. I really hope to be part of bridging that gap and that divide because we need each other. We need each other. So yeah, guys, I just want to say you have inherent value and significance and dignity. I'm so thankful that you exist. I'm so thankful for men. I'm thankful for the men in my life, the men I come across on a daily basis. I value you and I celebrate you. I honor you. And for what it's worth, there is at least one person, even though you don't know me and I don't know you, there's at least one woman that's for you and not against you. And I'm sure there are tons of others out there. But maybe it helps just to hear somebody say that, somebody voice that. Oh, and for anybody listening to this, if anything that I shared like stuck out to you or resonated with you, I just want to encourage you to go and encourage and appreciate the men in your life. To be honest, I don't think any person ever really hears the amounts of appreciation and gratitude and just love, I think people want to hear. I think especially men. I don't think men are as verbally expressive as women can be. And so I would just encourage you, if anything that I shared resonated with you, moved you, touched you, to just verbally appreciate and encourage and acknowledge the men in your life. Just let them know that, again, that you see them, you respect them, you're thankful for them, you enjoy them, you celebrate them, whatever that is, that positive affirmation. Honestly, I think it'll go way farther than we realize. And so I just really encourage you. It's all part of moving that needle in society towards reconciliation, towards bridging that gap, bridging that division between the sexes. And I think every small act counts. Every small act matters. It's not too small. It's never too small. All right, that's all I wanted to share. If what I shared speaks to you, encourages you, resonates with you, please like, subscribe. And if you know anybody that you think would benefit from this or would be encouraged by what I shared, or just encouraged by anything I shared on this playlist, Dear Men, then please pass it along, please share. My hope and my goal is to create a ton of content around, honestly, just encouraging men. That's what I want to do from the bottom of my heart. As a woman, I really want to encourage men. And I just really want to be a different voice out there. And so if what I shared, if it resonates with you, if it encouraged you, please, again, subscribe, like, and share. And comment below if there was anything in particular that stood out to you about what I shared today. Thanks for tuning in. Talk to you next time. God bless.